guys, good morning. We have a very special someone visiting our Pune office today, Mr. Rami Linkomo, all the way from Geneva, Switzerland. Thank you, Rami, for making this visit. We've been having really insightful and fruitful discussions about CloudMotiv. Today, we are going to talk about a host of topics revolving around AI. But before that, let me quickly introduce Mr. Rami. He started his career way back in 1999. He started working as an accountant, but quickly moved into managerial and senior leadership positions like that of a chief operations officer, finance technology leader. The recent position that he held was that of a finance director, based out of a company in Geneva. And we are really thankful for him to make this visit to CloudMotiv's office in Pune. The pleasure is all ours, and we really thank Mr. Rami for being associated with us on this wonderful and challenging and exciting journey that we have undertaken for the last 4 years. Rami, would you like to say a couple of words?
Well, thank you, Akshay. It's been a pleasure to be here in Pune, India. A lot of excitement in IT and AI specifically. Now, thank you for the introduction today. So it's been an exciting 4 years, as you say. You yourself have evolved in this role together with the industry. Would be glad to hear a little bit more about CloudMotiv's and your shared journey in the last four years. How is it now coming soon to the fourth celebratory year? So please, if you could share with us a little bit and the audience, how's it been?
Sure. I started my professional journey way back in 2011. I worked for about 10 years. I started working as a business analyst, and my last position was that of a regional vice president managing Asia Pacific operations for a company called Evolutionary Systems. That was my only job. I was pretty excited to take up that job because it was a startup back then, and that's how the entrepreneurial bug really got me, because I was able to see the journey of my co-founders pretty closely, and that really excited me, and that kept me going to learn a lot of different things that we had as a part of the business operations there. CloudMotiv was started with a very simple thought. We always wanted to create an impact, do something meaningful, and possibly give back to the society in whichever possible way we can. The idea of, so I was based out of Dubai and Singapore for a few years before relocating to India. And the idea of coming back to India was always to come back and do something for our country. This was our way of giving back to where we started and possibly generating opportunities for employment and creating an ecosystem where other people can come and thrive and build their livelihoods on. So that was the simple thought behind starting CloudMotiv. We started with providing ground control stations for a couple of drone manufacturers in Germany. That was our earliest stint with entrepreneurship and one of our first few customers that we had at CloudMotiv. We quickly diversified into healthcare, logistics, and microfinance institutions, and we evolved from providing SaaS services to building machine learning models for different types of problem statements within these industries. That's what our service portfolio consists of when it comes to services that we provide. And then for the last few months, we've been working on a couple of products of our own. Footnote is one of them. It is an extension which is built on top of ChatGPT and Gemini, which provides assistance to finance professionals globally to make their investment decisions smarter and more efficient and in a faster time as compared to what they would do normally without using it. And we have something called as CloudBooks AI, but it's a next generation ERP that is being built to cater to small and medium-sized businesses globally. We believe AI is the future of enterprise resource planning. all business ecosystems are eventually going to revolve around artificial intelligence, and enterprises which are able to adapt and thrive making use of AI are the ones who are going to see scale and growth in their businesses in the time to come. So that was our thought process behind building something like CloudBooks. So yeah, that's what we are doing currently. Very excited about both these products, and you are there to guide us all the way, on the way, and so thank you for that again. Thank you for that.
It's been my pleasure. It's a learning journey also for me. I like very much that you brought this philosophical, this very spiritual, positive Indian mentality into the conversation, above and beyond creating employment opportunities for your fellow citizens. I know that you've been working on other initiatives, including CloudMotiv, which connects tree farmers to carbon credit buyers in large ESG departments. That's amazing. You have some land waiting to be developed with tree farming in India already ready, and then the same in the Philippines. I think that's really amazing. There's a few other models that you've developed for customers that I'm not going to go into, that have very, very positive human, let's say, benefits. So I'm very happy to be associated with such efforts. Work now 4 years intensively with these new technologies, modern technologies. It's a bit more comfort when we talk with you. When I talk with some senior executives around Europe and maybe reflecting on some experiences I've had on also other continents, technology isn't something that comes so easy to everyone and organizations in general. You have quite a bit of change, resistance, hesitation, some of which is to do with not knowing so much. I believe CloudMotiv, as part of their service portfolio, not only provides products and services, but also assists in this AI adoption theme. Maybe you could open up this a little bit to the audience, please, Akshay.
Sure. Thanks for bringing that up, Rami. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to organizations at the different life cycles of AI adoption, we have seen typically there are three types of approaches, or three types of life cycles that an organization goes through. The very first that we talk about is the beginners, right?
Yeah.
The initiators,
Yeah.
who don't have much exposure to AI, who are possibly having minimal or zero exposure when it comes to artificial intelligence or machine learning, or AI tools in general, right? Their decision making is not necessarily system driven. Their decision making is Excel based. They use legacy systems for taking different types of decisions. Their frameworks, the operational frameworks, the governance frameworks, they are a bit conventional. They don't have much exposure to system driven frameworks or system driven governance. And we feel there's a huge opportunity for these organizations to adopt AI as a part of their business operations.
So may I understand in layman's language, these beginners, they are characterized by having maybe conventional legacy systems, Excel-driven decision making, and they have little exposure to AI, and of course AI in this context can be machine learning, which has been around for quite some time,
Yes.
but also newer AI, generative AI. Therefore, the organization itself has limited exposure, and
Yes.
you go in there and you categorize them as beginners.
True.
They can be also absolute novices, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now they've got certain challenges then. Where do you begin with these beginners?
So the first and the foremost step is to identify where they are in terms of their AI journey. So we understand that these people are curious to know more about AI,
Okay.
but they are very cautious when
Yeah.
it comes to adoption of newer technologies. Right?
Okay.
So for us, we try to make it simple. We try to keep it very, very basic, very fundamental. We try to give them jargon-free explanations
Okay.
about AI,
Yeah.
how AI can help in different aspects of their business operations. I mentioned jargon-free
Yes.
because AI is the new buzzword
Okay.
when it comes to businesses. So and people are, like I said, they are curious, but they are very cautious when it comes to buzzwords. Right? So we try to keep it jargon-free. And the other thing is, we try to make them aware of the tangible business benefits that AI can actually have once we introduce it as a part of their business operations.
Yeah.
Tangible benefits could include, for example, a very objective numbered ROI.
Yes.
If today they are investing $100 for solving a problem statement using AI, we tell them within how many months or how many days can those $100 be recovered.
Okay. Okay.
As a part of the investment. The other benefits that we try to explain them is the ease of work which can come by adoption of AI. Let's say today they are crunching numbers on an Excel sheet, and we introduce our co-pilot as a part of the service which can help them crunch numbers more faster and more efficiently. So if today they are spending, let's say, 5 hours to do number crunching on an Excel, we try to explain them this task can be completed within 30 minutes or within 60 minutes, and that can save them about 4 hours of their time, which they can then give back to their work, or they can use it to do some recreational stuff which they want. So the idea is to give them their time back in a more efficient way. At the same time, make sure that the existing work which they have at hand, that is being done in the most efficient manner possible.
All right, so these are beginner organizations, and you try to show them tangibly how they will save time.
Yes.
You need to get them over the line with what? Small little demonstrations, proof of concepts. You can't really do big bang, I take it. So with these beginners, what are the change methods that you use to counter possible resistance?
We start with educational sessions.
Yes.
We conduct workshops on use of AI for different business operations. That's where we usually start.
So education is core,
Yes.
okay?
Imparting education is key,
Yeah.
and it's fundamental to people who don't have much exposure to AI. That's where we start. The next thing that we do is we try to create some framework within which, it's pretty similar to the existing framework that they have, but one which they can possibly relate to when it comes to adoption of AI. And we try to keep it simple. Right? The adoption of framework needs to happen in a way which is related to the education we are imparting them as a part of the workshop.
Okay.
At the same time, making sure that the operational aspects of AI are getting imbibed as a part of their day-to-day operations. That's the next thing that we do. The third thing that we do is we start with simple use cases.
Yeah.
Like very simple. You can think of document summarization
Sure.
or drafting of emails
Yeah.
to make them understand how powerful AI can be
Okay.
once they adopt it as a part of their business operations.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I mean, this is our starting point. This is something which we focus on, and we ensure that as long as people don't get comfortable with this aspect of AI or how AI is offering value to the simple things that they do at work,
Yes.
we don't tend to move forward.
All right. So you prove it first. Seeing is believing, at least for me.
Yes.
Seeing is believing, and to be able to touch it is good.